We'll get going. I'm going to meet you back on the chair. And today's practice will be in the chair. So finding your way to a comfortable seat and taking a moment to feel the sit bones underneath you. I'm always in a little precarious spot here, so I don't know if you can tell. Part of my chair is on hardwood floor and parts on carpet. So I have this little sideways rocking thing. I guess I'm going to take a positive view of that, and I'm just working on my balance and proprioception while I'm here in the chair. So sitting up tall, maybe roll your shoulders up, back, and down. I'm going to talk just a little bit about the breath today. I've been taking some webinars the last few days, and some have been absolutely amazing in the information that I'm gathering. So it's webinars primarily geared towards yoga and yoga therapy, but you also know that I'm a personal trainer. I was a nurse in a past life. Also teach Tai Chi and Qigong. It really applies to life. So some science behind what I'm about to tell you. So sitting nice and tall, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. We know how to find that alignment. I'll have questions from students not infrequently about, should I be breathing all the time through the nose, or should I breathe through my mouth? Or there's some confusion around that. And without taking a big dive down into a rabbit hole, I'll share some details that support that we should be breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. So start that as you listen to me talk. As you're breathing in through the nose, the sinuses play a role in conditioning the breath before it reaches the lungs, the tender tissue of the lungs. There's the filtration that happens as you're breathing in through the nose. If you're just joining us, we're just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And the breath is also warmed. You can feel as the breath enters the nostrils, it's cool, especially on a day like today, it feels cool. But as you exhale, notice it's been warmed. The body has warmed the breath. It also moisturizes the breath, conditions the breath to arrive in the lungs. It's your number one defense against the germs out there. Let the body work the way it's meant to work. One other thing you may find interesting is that the body, as we're breathing in through the nose, produces nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is very beneficial in that it's antimicrobial, antiviral, and it relaxes smooth muscle and reduces inflammation. Sometimes we think we can't breathe through our nose because we feel congested. Nitric oxide potentially solves that problem, or at least helps the problem by reducing the inflammation, relaxing the smooth muscle, maybe opening up the nasal pathways for a freer breath. Smooth muscle is also in the blood vessels, so it relaxes smooth muscles in the blood vessels, potentially lowering your blood pressure. The exhale, the out breath. And again, without going down a deep rabbit hole, I love rabbit holes though, but without going down a deep rabbit hole, exhaling through the nose helps to keep a balance of the carbon dioxide levels in the bloodstream. And that's important. Carbon dioxide shouldn't be viewed as something that we just have to get rid of. It's like any other chemical in the bloodstream, there's a balance. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. This also facilitates diaphragmatic breath, breathing with the diaphragm. I want you to take your hands to your belly Continue to inhale through the nose, but allow the belly to expand. And as you exhale through the nose, you can add a little tone to the belly, drawing the navel back, lifting the pelvic floor. As you release that engagement of the core, the inhale starts on its own. It's pulled in on its own. And then you just follow that by expanding the belly as the diaphragm pushes downward. And then draw the navel towards the chest, lift the pelvic floor. As you exhale, get a feel for that. Just notice how the body takes care of itself. We'll take a few more breaths with this awareness. If you've established that movement in the belly, feel free to rest your hands once again in your lap. One additional tip. As we're resting, sitting here and just resting with the breath, we're not up running around. The ribs, the secondary muscles of respiration, and the ribs, the shoulders, the neck, they're not needed. The chest should be still as the diaphragm does the work of pulling the breath in, belly expands. And then the belly helps the diaphragm by contracting the core, strengthening the core, pushing the breath out. See if you can get a sense of that. 2 more breaths. One more. And then if the eyes are closed, open them. Keep those little bits of information in mind. Maybe this week as you try to bring a little more focus to how do you breathe? Are you a mouth breather, or do you exhale through your mouth, inhale through your nose? So much more to this topic that I could share with you to convince you that in through the nose and out through the nose is the way we should breathe. It's a habit. In yoga, we call that samskara. Habits, whether they're new habits that we're trying to develop or old habits that we're trying to get rid of, take time, take practice. That's why we're here today. So through the week, maybe I've convinced you to play with that a little bit. Let's move on to a little bit of movement. Still sitting up nice and tall, reaching through the crown of the head. Let's swing the arms out and up, tying the movement with the breath. And then turn the palms away from each other. Exhale, bring the arms down. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, up, moving just through the neck. And exhale, down. Now keep your head and neck neutral. This time swing your arms up by your ears and come into goddess or goal post. I'm going to take you into a little shoulder stretch that I found interesting. I want you to let your right arm just come down. This left arm staying in this right angle, I want you to sweep that arm across the body. Now take your right arm over here and catch under the elbow. Pull the arm over towards the right. Now take your gaze to the left. And just feel the sensations we've generated with that. Be interested in what you've created. Feel those muscles. And then maybe this left arm straightens and you turn your thumb downward and push the shoulders down. Be curious. Curiosity promotes embodiment. Embodiment is how we live in our body, how we can do and make the best choices for ourselves. Now release all that, bring your arms down. Maybe take a pause, just a brief pause here. Feel left and right arms. What's the same, what's different? And then big inhale, reach up. Come to those goal post arms again, goddess. Now the left arm comes down. Right arm, like a windshield wiper, sweeping across. Left arm comes over, hooks it in the elbow, pulls that arm over to the left. Take your gaze to the right. Notice that. Push the shoulders down. Maybe now the right arm straightens and you turn the thumb down. Notice if you felt any additional sensation. And then release, open those arms, throw those arms out wide, and then like wings, let's bring the arms down. Again, inhale up, look up. Exhale, turn the chin down towards the floor as you bring your arms down. Let the shoulders be heavy. Feel the heaviness of the arms, starting with the shoulders. Awareness there, left and right shoulders. We're sitting tall. So the weight of the arms is just drawing those shoulders down without changing the upper back. Awareness continues down to the elbows. Feel that space we're making in the elbows. Down to the wrists, feel the space and all those bones of the wrist. And then all the way out the tips of the fingers, lots of bones in the hands and the fingers. Feel the space between the bones. Now do some shoulder rolls here, leaving the chin hanging towards the chest. Maybe the eyes are closed. Go slowly. And today I want you to maybe not go into your full range of motion. Do a little bit less and see if you can notice a little bit more. Slowing down, less than your full range of motion. And now reverse the direction, go the other way. Is this different? Are you feeling a little jumpy jitteriness? And if that's the case, that's okay. That just means that your brain and those muscles haven't done this movement a lot, and you need to repattern here. So this is a chance to repattern. And then let those arms hang again. Bring your fingertips under your jaw and lift. Release the arms down to the sides. Let's start shaking the hands. Eyes can be opened or closed. I really want you to feel the movement here. So I'm moving through the wrists, I'm shaking my fingers. See if you can let the brain or direct your awareness to different fingers, moving from one hand to the other. And it's always amusing how I really can do that. I can isolate my awareness maybe to one finger on one hand and jump to the other hand. And then come to stillness, abruptly come to stillness. Feel that energy, feel the nervous system, feel the prana, the life force energy. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Now bring your hands in front of you and I want you to clasp your fingers. So I'll turn so you can see what I'm doing. I'm bringing my arms forward like that. Sitting tall, this is just movement in the shoulders. The spine's going to stay still. I want you to reach those arms forward like you're going to press your knuckles in the computer screen. Feel what happens in the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades. They wrap forward. Now keep the arms long. Don't move anything except plug those arms back into the shoulder sockets, focusing on the shoulder blades. See if you can bring them closer to the spine. Now push. These are called shoulder blade push-ups, so we do them on hands and knees. We can do them right here, releasing some tension in the tops of the shoulders and the neck, plugging in, pushing forward, feeling the movement in the shoulder blades to kind of learn this movement, and then notice everything else. What are the fingers doing? Are you squeezing tight? Maybe you can release that grip a little bit. Let's do 2 more in each direction. And then open the arms out. Your arms are wings now. Let's exhale, bring those wings down. We'll keep going with the wings. Let your elbows lead the way up now. Wings come to about shoulder height. Fingers are like the feathers. Exhale, bring those arms down. Visualize. What do you see? What kind of bird would you be? I think I've shared with you before, you can't see this part of my great room, but I'm looking out on the deck and I feed the birds. So I have lots of birds out there. And exhale down. This time as the arms come up to shoulder height, let's lift the right knee. Keep the spine neutral. And exhale, come down, nice and slow. So the arms know this movement now. Let's lift the left knee. Feel what happens in the muscles with the left hip, the left thigh, those hip flexors, and then bring the arms down. Let's do 2 more each side. Lift. What are you feeling? Where are you feeling it? So I've studied some somatics this week as well. And some of the cues I'm giving you today are in regards to somatics, but it's really bringing your awareness inward. Maybe figuring out some patterns that you didn't really realize were happening in the body, in the physical body. And slowing down such that the brain and these muscles can get reacquainted for the movement, but in particular to release and relax, and then bringing your arms down to your sides. I want you to take your legs and just heel toe. We're going to go to the same side. So I'm going to bring my knees to the right. My chest will stay forward. You're going to feel that twist. Probably feel, and notice where you feel it, usually right around the navel for me. Now bring your arms forward again. Lace the fingers just like we did for the shoulder blade push-ups. Let the thumbs point up. Gaze at your thumbnails. See if you can bring them into focus. Continue to gaze at your thumbnails as you bring your arms to the left. Feel that twist. Now pause here. Notice you can kind of push the knees to the right as you gently pull the arms to the left. And then get tall. Always important to get tall as you twist. Now, can you take your gaze over your left shoulder? Big inhale through the nose. As you exhale through the nose, just bring everything back to center. Heel toe the feet in front of you again. Inhale, swing your arms out and up. Look at your thumbs and exhale, hands home to heart. Let's do the second side. Heel toe the knees to the left. And you might have to wiggle around on your sit bones here, but the knees are going left. My chest is still facing forward. Create that twist. Now bring your arms forward again. Lift the thumbs. Gaze at the thumbs. Take a big inhale through the nose. As you exhale, watch your thumbs as you slowly take those arms over to the right. Feel what's happening. What are you feeling? Where are you feeling it? Sit tall as you inhale. Maybe you nudge those knees to the left a little more as you nudge the arms to the right, just a wee bit. Get tall here and then look over the right shoulder. Breathe into the belly. In through the nose, out through the nose, moving the belly. Maybe we exaggerate a little bit here. Really expand the belly on the inhale and exaggerate that, pulling back of the navel, squeezing the pelvic floor, and then release. 2 more breaths. And notice how that's a gentle massage of the contents of the abdomen. That's your digestive organs. The body taking care of itself. And then bring everything forward. Release the arms down. Swing the arms out and up. Keep the arms by the ears, hinging at the hips. Come forward like you're going to reach across the room. You're going to reach over there for your computer. Once you get here about halfway down, bring the forearms to the thighs. So let the fingertips touch. Push into the feet. See if you can bring a neutral spine into this shape. We're folded forward, but we're hinging at the hips. So we have all the curves of the spine. Reach through the crown of the head and feel those sit bones anchored to the chair. Probably a little more sense of the pubic bone in this shape. Take a big inhale through the nose. Stay here, or as you exhale, maybe you fold all the way down, resting your torso on your thighs. Push into the feet. If your hands reach the feet, take the palms of the hands and touch the tops of the feet. Let the head hang. Now you have a little flexion in the spine. You've opened up space in the spine. Breathe into that space. Now, as you're here and you inhale, I want you to push your belly down into your thighs. You'll feel sensation quite likely in the low back and in the waist. 2 more breaths. Push strongly into the legs. Reach those arms forward again like you're going to reach for the computer. Sitting up tall, pushing into the legs, using those big leg muscles to help bring the torso up. Bring the hands together and bring hands home to heart. Now bring your arms up by your ears again. We're going to hip hinge, lean forward. Maybe don't go as far this time. Push the feet into the floor. See if you can tuck your tailbone down towards the seat of the chair. So if your tailbone was a flashlight, you're going to point that flashlight down to the seat of the chair. That was a posterior tilt of the pelvis. It might feel better for your back. Now open your arms wide, pushing into the floor with the feet. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. This is called leaning chair. Now arms, I want you to think about this. Reach those arms. Reach, reach, reach like you have laser beams on your fingertips. Going to spread the fingers wide. Check on the feet again. Are you still pushing into the feet? Crown of the head. Can you reach through the crown of the head, finding a little more length in the neck? Turn the tailbone down towards the seat of the chair. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. Feel all the engagement. Somebody looked at you, they might be surprised at how many muscles you've actually engaged because you're being very deliberate. You're being very mindful. You're letting your brain and your body work together. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale on your next inhale. Push strongly into the feet. Swing the arms out and up. And bring your hands home to the heart. Now make sure you're towards the front edge of the chair and then extend the right leg out long. Sit up tall. Grab the bottom of the chair. Again, another opportunity to engage the muscles of the arms. Now, just notice how the pelvis feels, how the groin area feels, the hip flexors. This is it's called pandiculation. So if you think about a lion or a cat or a dog, when they wake up, they just kind of stretch and engage those muscles, and then they relax those muscles. That's what we're doing here in an effort to hopefully release some tension you may have in your hip flexors from maybe sitting. I'm just going to lift this right leg, maybe an inch. Sitting tall, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. And then on your next long exhale, you're going to bring that leg down, release the grip on the chair, release everything. Keep that neutral spine. You can even wiggle the fingers around. We'll do that 2 more times. Take the chair, sit tall, lift, inhale. Keep breathing, hold for a couple rounds. Be curious about what happens in other parts of the body as you lift this leg. Something else is countering this. Then exhale, come down, release the hands, wiggle the fingers, breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. One more time, grab the chair, lift, just hover that leg, feel the engagement. And then on a slow exhale, lower, keep the leg long, let the arms hang. A couple of exhales here, relaxing that entire leg. And just be curious about the sensations that you notice. Maybe you don't notice anything, and that's something too. That can be interesting. Now let's take the second side. Draw the right foot back, extend the left leg out long. And before we do anything with this left leg, compare right and left legs. What do you feel? Which side do you feel it? Grab the seat of the chair with the hands, staying tall, pull, like you're going to pick that chair up. Feel the engagement of the arms, drop the shoulders. And on your inhale, hover the left leg off the floor. Feel what engages to do that. Slow exhale, bring that foot down. Release the grip on the chair, relax everything, let it go, soften. This is pandiculation, so we're over tensing the muscles. And sometimes by doing that, the muscles remember how to relax. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale up. Hold for 1 or 2 breaths. And then exhale, slow exhale down. Take a couple rounds here. Takes a couple, maybe even more exhales to release everything. Last time, grab the chair. Inhale, lift. Just a wee bit. And then on a slow exhale, let that leg come down, arms hang. Spine is still neutral, letting the skeleton support you, making room for the breath. Let's release that leg, feeling, comparing left and right. And then sliding that foot back. Scoot back in the chair, and we'll finish today with just a little more inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Remembering all of those benefits: filtration, moisturizing, warming, nitric oxide, all of those things. Diaphragmatic breathing, releasing the carbon dioxide, balancing the carbon dioxide with the exhale. Sit here for a few breaths and realize all that you're doing just by breathing to take care of yourself, some self-care. Two more breaths. Now wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, and whatever other movement that you might enjoy here. Still breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. As you inhale, swing those arms up. Receive. As you exhale, release, bringing your hands home to heart. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Thank you all. So some of that was a little different, but still applicable.
Thank you.
You're very
Thank
welcome.
Thank you
you.
very much. Yeah, that was
Play with especially the breathing this week.
uh-huh.
Every
Uh-huh.
time you think of it, how am I breathing? How's my posture? And then, the attention just wanders off. It's the monkey mind. It goes everywhere. That's the job of the mind. But see if you can get 10 breaths or so with that awareness of inhaling and exhaling. But I'm convinced that that's really how we should be breathing. One other thing the teacher explained, I mean, I'm a person, I teach, I'm talking. If you're a performer, you're singing. You cannot do that pattern, but you need to make time for that pattern. And you also need to be moving the body in order to keep that, the metabolic system going, keeping balance in the bloodstream. So her advice, if you're someone that has to talk a lot for a living and you sit a lot, is to move and shut up. So that's been in I need a little t-shirt, move and shut up. So let me know how it goes this week. I'll see you all next week. I appreciate your attendance. Have a great
Thank
week.
you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks so
Bye
much.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.